It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for The Last of Us on HBO. On this video, we're going to be taking a look at some brand new filming photos and footage. There's a lot of interesting things going on in these photos, and the footage that we have, there's a possibility that we're getting a bit more Fireflies, but there's also a possibility that they're introducing the factions into season 1 of The Last of Us. Stay tuned, we'll be right back to break this down. As always, before we jump into this, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right in. So this is the behind the scenes photos that we have. All of these are taken from filming that they did these last couple of days in Calgary. I do have to say this in every video because there's always someone new on the channel. They're filming the majority of The Last of Us on HBO in a city called Calgary in Alberta, Canada, which is the city that I live in, and I've been able to capture a few photos and behind the scenes footage myself. All of those are on the channel if you're interested to go check them out. There's even a filming tour that I did. None of these photos are photos and videos that I captured myself. All of them come from various pages on Twitter, which I'm gonna share in the description in case some of you want to go follow them as well. Obviously, we can see a lot of Humvees and military vehicles with a lot of these military suited guys inside, and this is very, very interesting. There's two ways this could go. Either this is a fraction, not a faction, a fraction of the Fireflies from the first game, which makes sense, but then again, they're not wearing the same type of uniform as the Fireflies, so that's a little more unlikely. The other possibility is that they are factions. If you don't know what the factions are, Factions MP is actually the name given to the online multiplayer mode in The Last of Us Part 2, I believe. It hasn't come out yet, but it's planned to the best of my knowledge. I have a screenshot of what that looks like on the top right, and as you can see, the type of suit that those guys are wearing matches to an extent what the actors are wearing in the photos that I have. So that's extremely interesting. I mean, what can they possibly do bringing the factions in this early? Now, to be completely honest, I don't know much about the multiplayer game and what the story revolves around, so there's definitely a possibility that there's a story that makes a lot of sense to bring in into the first season of the HBO adaptation, but there's also a possibility that they're just throwing this in there without it really impacting or affecting the main storyline. It'll be sort of like a bottle episode or a bottle story in season 1. I'm not gonna judge because, like I said, I haven't played the multiplayer game, obviously because it's not out yet, but I haven't even seen any kind of teasers or trailers for it, and I don't know what this story revolves around, so I can't really comment too much. But all I can say is it'll be interesting to see how they can bring in this aspect and have it integrate into the main story well, because the last thing we all want as fans is for them to skip through some stuff from the first game just to get through stuff from either part 2 or other things that came after that. But for those of you that know more about the factions MP, let me know what you know in the comment section, and also let me know your thoughts and opinions about what they're doing here. But this looks very awesome. Like, just visually, it looks like it's gonna be an epic story revolving around these group of guys. The next photo is actually related. So we have this Humvee going through the middle of the street. This is extremely cool. Someone captured this from their apartment building or something like that. Now, what is also very interesting is that there is a footage that goes along with this. I'll let the footage play before I share my thoughts about it. So as you can see, the Humvee and the military vehicle is driving on the street, and it's most likely the same group of guys that we saw in the previous photo. Now, what's interesting is that there's a very intense music in the background. I don't know if that's part of it or if that's unrelated, but it definitely matches up with what's happening. I'm assuming that it's music that they're playing, which is gonna be put also in post-production on top of whatever scene they're filming. And the reason why they're playing the music is to get the actors to feel the intensity, to make it feel more genuine. With that, I do want to talk quickly about these other photos as well. We did talk about these the other day as well, but obviously at this point we know that these photos are likely also related to the photos and the footage that we just looked at. So we have a vehicle, a post-apocalyptic looking vehicle, there's vines all around it, there's debris around as well, what seems to be a camera on the side, or at least the placeholder for where they're gonna put the camera. But all of these, like I said, are probably related to the previous scenes that we just looked at. But that's pretty much everything that I wanted to go through in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.